Man, got around. OG Silk back here. Today, just like each and every day, all of us are fortunate to be above ground, taking in this good prana, baby. Letting the good vibrations of the ether fill your lungs, dude, and rejuvenate your cells, dude, on the cellular membrane level, to let you know you're alive and living your best life. I'm going to share with you guys some stories of victory and glory. The victory of understanding, as long as you're alive, the fight is not over. And the glory, when you finally are able to tap into your inner animal and get in touch with beast mode law and understand that. If you want something bad enough, the universe will conspire to help you achieve it. And at that point, my friends, you'll be willing to stand and fight and even die, giving your very last breath to defend what you believe in, because now what you believe in is yourself. Without further ado, I'm getting to the top of today's video, which is going to be a mind-bending experience for you youngster soy boy, diaper pants, saggy pants, soft soy boys, baby boys, and little puppies. Top of today's video is, in maximum security prison, Harry got the death sentence when the booty bandit took his cheeks. Before I start off on this video, man, I wanted to address, man, some of you youngsters coming on, still coming to my channel, dude. So this is the whole thing, guys. I feel so sorry for you youngsters. I feel so remorseful for you lost young. You're a lost generation, man, because listen to me, guys. You have lost the ability to use rational thinking, dude, or deductive logic, dude. Rational thinking, deductive logic, this is what it comes down to. And I'm going to break it down to you on a very minute level so you understand. If you don't understand, oh, geez, if you got a youngster in your life who don't understand, bitch slap him, dude, and have him listen. Choke him until he's about to pass out. Tell him, shut the fuck up and listen. Youngster, shut up, because you're dumb as fuck. Here's the whole thing, guys. I want to share this with you. And for those of you who don't know, I have a degree. I have a master's degree in psychology, specifically criminal psychology, dude, and female psychology, because these are the two areas that haunted my life. I was a violent criminal all the time, and I wanted to understand why women act the way they did, dude. So I got a master's degree in that. So I know women and criminals better than I know IT, martial arts, bodybuilding, how to make money, all that. And here's what it comes down to, guys. Ask yourself this, you damn poopy pants, saggy pants, soy boy youngsters. Why is it that people get involved in crime? And I'm going to sit and wait. I'm going to give you the Jeopardy sound. Ding dong, ding dong, da doo da ding dong. Okay, enough of that bullshit. Because you don't know the answer. The number one reason people get involved in crimes, dude, is because their need to bust nuts and have sex, dude, to penetrate the opposite sex, to be somebody, to be higher on the sexual market value, SMV, to be looked up to, dude, to be epitomized. That's the number one reason. And if you guys don't understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs, dude, and human beings have a need to be esteemed and valued, then you need to go to school and read a fucking book. That's the number one reason why young boys get into gangs and people sell drugs and people rob people and men rape women, dude. It's not power. Some of these psychologists come on here talking about, no, it's a power trip when somebody rapes somebody. That's not true. We all have a need to procreate and bust some nuts deep up in some viscous innards, man. So when you have the guys like the Chads and Tyrones and the Jorges and the Juans and Fernandos, guys, they hit the genetic lottery. It's just the way it is, baby. It's just like that light-skinned dude from Fresno. They got his mugshot when he was in county jail. He became a famous model, dude, because of his looks, dude. His looks matter to women, dude. Height, muscles, baloney pony, all that matters. And if you didn't hit the genetic lottery, you ever notice most gangbangers is short, little, wimpy, fat fucks? Yeah, you might have a few exceptions, but the dudes that are tall, fucking Amazon savages, dude, Cro-Magnums, dude, they're in the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, dude. They're playing soccer, bro. They're running track like, what's the dude's name? Manute Bol, whatever his name is. Usain Bolt. Dudes that hit the genetic lottery, dude, the world is their oyster. This is the reason that women are all messed up, because these dudes are just like a bee hopping from woman to woman like they're flowers, just busting nuts. All day long. I got some homies that played in the NFL and MLB, which stands for Major League Baseball, and the NBA, dude. When you look, man, look up Will Chamberlain's book, bro. Look up Magic Johnson, dude. These are just two of the NBA dudes who are prolifically honest about how many women they smashing, dude. And when I was a bouncer, I was working for Keith Sweat, Salt and Pepper Company B, a couple other bands, I can't remember their names, dude. The groupies is just out of this world. Women will do anything for somebody to perceive as an alpha. There's no rules. There's no, oh, you got to wait 90 days. You got to wait 10 days. Oh, you got to get my hair done. You got to pay. Man, they'll go in the bathroom. They'll have sex in the most funkiest, nastiest places just to get that alpha seed and get that validation. Women live off of validation. So how does that apply to this video? If you're not a Chad, a Tyrone, a Jorge, a Juan, a Fernando, a Biff, a Buff, a Brad, you're just a regular dude. Welcome to your nightmare, baby. Because you ain't getting no play, dude. You might get some fat, funky, Quasimodo-looking biatch. And then she acting like she a dime piece. Why? Because the Tens and the Chads and Tyrones and the Alphas been smashing them. They're alpha widows. So this is what you youngsters got to understand, man. This is what you OGs got to understand. Why is there such a gang proliferation in America? Why is there so many people selling drugs? Why is so many people robbing people, scamming people, dude? Jackers and stuff, dude. Because everybody wants to have the money to get the goods, to get the punani. If you don't believe me, man, watch Jordan Peterson, man, when he talks about why men go to school and make good grades and go to Ivy League schools to get a good job so they can get some punani. It's just the system went topsy-turvy. So that's what you youngsters got to understand. And how does this relate to this video? You ADHD type, attention gratification motherfuckers, immediate gratification type dudes, you want the answer now. How it relates to this video? If criminals commit crime and become gang members so they can have sex and bust nuts and go balls deep up in something warm and wet and hot, this is why they got into crime and get locked up. Because they have a need to bust nuts and release their seed, right? So then you take this, man, you take a criminal who is willing to rob, steal, maim, kidnap, torture, even rape to bust some nuts. And you take this hyper animalistic dude, this dude who's in touch with his bestiality, but he doesn't know how to balance it with his yin and yang, and you lock him up in a confined area. And unfortunately, you got some dude. See, when you got a drug dealer, it's a dude who buys drugs because he's a drug addict, dude. When you got dudes that rob people, you got some people that are victims that get robbed. So then you put them all in maximum security prison, dude, which is like Pandora's box. And the weak are victim to the strong. Up in there, the strong rules. It's like the law of the jungle. That's why they call it the concrete jungle, baby. They call it the belly of the beast, because there's nothing but savageness up behind them walls. So what happens is, guys, use your deductive logic and your rational reasoning, dude. If you got guys who rob, steal, maim, kidnap, torture, sell drugs, join gangs to do stupid shit just so they can bust some nuts, now they're locked up in prison, bro. You still got that same drive, that innate carnal lust. Now you're locked up. And you ain't getting out. And you ain't getting no conjugal visits. And it's, some dudes might get lucky and have a little bit of sex in the visiting room. That's few and far between. It's like you busting nuts every night like when you're on the street. So what happens, you get up in there, dude, and the strong prey on the weak. So that's why you got the booty bandits and the warriors. Because they're Cro-Magnon alphas, dude. Neanderthals, savages. They don't follow no rules. You ain't going to tell an alpha what to do. You ain't going to tell a big dog what to do. He says what he wants. He does what he wants. He takes what he wants. What is he taking? Man butt. So I had to share this with you youngsters, and I want you OGs to understand, because when you start talking about the titles of my videos, why I'm talking about man butt, you got to understand, this is not Wes Watson's channel. This is not Jay Williams' channel. This is not Lockdown 23-1's channel. This is not the After Prison Kindergarten show. This is not Big Hurts Shaking Your Booty show. This is real life about maximum security prison. I can't speak about all the other pens these guys is talking about, and your homies want to lie to you. There ain't no butt grape in prison, and people don't take your cheeks and all this madness. Come on, man. I'm not weeping for you youngsters no more, but it's like this, dude. You guys need my channel more than you need oxygen, because if you don't understand what the fuck's going on in there, when you get in there, baby, you're going to have a eye-opening experience. You're going to have an attitude adjustment, but it's going to be too late to adjust your attitude, because now you got to deal with the consequences of your decisions, man. But here's one thing I want to tell you before I get way into the topic of this video. Had I known today had I known back then what I know today about what was waiting for me behind the belly of the beast, I'd have ceased and desisted my behavior. Let me repeat that to you guys, man. I'm going to calm down, because some of you guys get all scared and click off the video. Oh my God, he's yelling at me, man. He's out of control. He's a J-Cat. I'm so afraid. Shut the fuck up, man. If I had known back then what I know now, hindsight's 2020, the fucking barbaric, demonic, sadistic, perverted, Luciferian sodomites in there, dude. The sodomite zombies that live for it, that give their life for it. I would have ceased and desisted my violent behavior, dude. I'd have became a monk. I'd have went to work for Mother Teresa, dude, or Gandhi or somebody, bro. But now I'm all mind fucked. So I want to share with you youngsters, man, you OGs, what's really popping back there. So you know, if you got a youngster in your life, turn them on to my videos, man, because these other channels, let me tell you what's going on here, guys. See, you're so bombarded with these prison channels, dude, and they're glorifying the fucking bullshit that's in there, like it's cool to be in a gang, is cool to join the gang, it's cool to go to the Penta homes, it's cool to get your stripes, it's cool to put in work. Yeah, they telling you all this stuff because, you know, they want to talk to you guys with low self-esteem and low self-confidence. Hey, man, if I go to the pen and I put in some work, and then I make it out, I got some prison tattoos, man, and then I can get the chicks, man, and guys will quit bullying me, man, and I'll have respect in my community, man, and I'll be somebody. Yeah, I want to be somebody. Okay? That's the upside, baby. I'm not saying there's not upside, but here's the downside. Number one, you might not make it out. Number two, if you do make it out, you've been somebody's bitch, warmer boy, bottom boy, pillow biter. And number three, dude, like, you're going to be messed up in your head once dudes is going all up in your butt cheeks forcefully because it's not consensual. So if you don't understand that rant, dude, then, man, please go to your nearest confessional and pray to Jesus, man, because you need help, bro. Because you can't understand, man, deductive reasoning and logic, rational logic, that you got dudes locked up with high testosterone, ain't no women in there, dudes ain't never getting out. I'm not talking about level 1, level 2, band camp, marshmallow camp, level 3. I'm talking about level 4, maximum security prison, dudes with death row, natural life, double life, triple life, life without the possibility of parole, some of the most heinous, violent dudes ever. They got serial rapists up in there, baby. They got pedophiles and sodomites. So here's what happens, guys. I'm going to tell you this quick story. It's only going to take me a few minutes, man. So there was this guy named Harry, man. Unfortunately, he was just a cool little white dude. He wasn't into being an Aryan brother, man. The Ku Klux Klan, the Nazis, none of that, dude. He just was a regular white dude, you know, little carpenter going to work. Skippity-doo-dah-day, I got a carpenter's job, and I love my life because I can pay my mortgage, man. He's got a nice little car, you know what I mean? And he's just trying to, you know, get accepted by women. He's trying to get accepted by women, but nobody giving the time of day because he's all of 5'6", 132 pounds. You know, dude never really put in a lot of work in the gym. He's just an average skinny fat dude. You know, a skinny little white dude with a pot belly and skinny arms like that and skinny legs, you know what I mean? And poor posture, right? But he's a good carpenter, man. He knows how to handle a hammer and nails and saw and measuring stick and all that stuff, dude. But here's the problem, dude. His buddy at work, man, I think his name was Nathaniel, told him, hey, you know what, brother? Hey, man, there's this strip club, man, and the girls are friendly and they're hot, dude. And I go to the private room, I get to bust some nuts. So here's Harry. Hey, man, I like to bust some nuts too, man. Is it pretty expensive? Nah, brother, it's just, a couple $100, man, and you can go ahead and bust. And the girls are hot and sexy, dude. They're like these IG models. So then here's Harry. Being a beta male he is, a follower, he goes down to the strip club and he messes with Candy. See, these girls, they're predators, dude. They are predators. They can see a prey a mile away, dude. How do I know? Me and my brother used to work in a strip club, dude. And these women, dude, I can't say all because then you guys tune out because you don't believe that shit stinks, dude. Most of the women in there, dude, got psychological trauma just like most women that do porn, bro. They're on drugs. They're damaged goods. They got no soul. And they see men as an ATM and they want to use you, man, and just bring you down to their level. Their satanic level, dude. Any woman who's a stripper, dude, run from her, dude. She's a Satan. She's a satanic Luciferian. So anyway, Harry, man, gets a lap dance from Candy, man. Of course, she lets him bust his nuts. And she had one of those pulsating vaginas when you put it in. It like wraps around your vagina and it pulsates, dude, and puckers. Makes you come fast. Harry was like, golly gee, woo, Oklahoma, like that, right? He busts his nuts into his toes curl and his eyes roll back in the back of his head. So then, after he went there like 1 weekend, 2 weekend, he started going during the day, during the work days. And Candy was like, hey, you're my regular, I trust you. Hey, so let's go over to your place, man. I'll give you like a private dance. So then he takes Candy over there, man. But little did he know, man, Candy was on crystal meth, dude. Man, Candy was on heroin. Candy's on cocaine. Candy's on ecstasy. So you know how these beta males are, dude. He's thinking that Candy's his girlfriend now because she's coming over. He picks her up every night after the strip club. After dude's been busting nuts up in her, she's been sucking all kind of baloney ponies. Dude's coming deeper in her mouth. She got all kind of bacteria and fucking babies swimming around in her tonsils and shit. So then, dude, he's just messing with her, and she's like, yeah, I like it when you sniff the cocaine and lick it off my pussy, and I'd like you to go ahead and snort the crystal meth off my titties. So for those of you who haven't experimented with drugs, let me tell you something. When you mixing crystal meth and cocaine, dude, and ecstasy, bro, hey, man, you got a super addiction, man. So now this dude's coming into work late because when you're on crystal meth, dude, you stay up, you can be tweaking, you can't go to sleep. So he's coming in late, missing work, all that kind of stuff. Then he starts stealing from work, dude. And then one day, man, he just, he was stealing from work. And then the boss caught him stealing stuff, man, fired him. So Harry, in his infinite wisdom, dude, he broke into the boss's office because the boss kept money in the safe. He's in there. Little did he know there was a CCTV camera, and he's in there. So then the boss comes in there, and like I told you, Harry's good with the hammer, and Harry in his tweaked out mind, the crystal meth. I'm doing this for Candy, man. You prevent me from being with the love of my life. He bashes his boss's head in, man. Then he freaks out. Oh, golly gee, what have I done? CCTV, baby. Police get alerted. Now he doesn't have involuntary manslaughter, my friend. He's got breaking and entering, dude. He's got an office invasion. He's got a 187 murder, dude. Now he's in maximum security prison. So now he's coming down off of fucking crystal meth and cocaine and ecstasy. That stuff stays in your system a while. So then you got the booty warriors in there. And I'm not trying to be offensive to any race. Let me tell you something, guys. Every race has a booty warriors, plural. Every race has booty bandits. Every race has bottom boy pillow biters. Every race has sodomites, dude. It's just they try to keep it contained because they don't want to mix the sperm and DNA in your butt with other races. So they just want to keep the sperm contained down to their race. So Harry gets in there and he just kind of riding with the woods, man, and he's figuring out there's drug trafficking in there and everything. So Harry decides to become a runner. So what's a runner, man? What happens is if you're in cell block A, you're going to take the drugs and hoop them up in your butt, and you're going to take them over to cell block B. Even though it's illegal for you to be in cell block B, but when you're a drug addict, you don't give a shit. But see, here's what Harry didn't understand, dude. The drug dealer, he was a booty warrior, man. And what he understood was he always counted, he weighed out his stuff, dude, and he knew. So when it was, the other drug dealer in cell block B was like, hey, man, this shit is short. Man, the booty warrior took it out, man. He took it out and pinned it in Harry's butt. And here's the moral of the story. I want to share this with you guys, man. In maximum security prison, Harry got a death sentence after the booty bandit took his butt cheeks violently. Now you may say, well, why did Harry get a death sentence, OGC? This is what I want to talk to you guys. This is the moral of the story. The booty bandits and the booty warriors in prison are just like these women now. When you Google on YouTube and the internet, there's women now that have HIV. I know some of you guys don't believe there's such a thing as HIV, like you don't believe there's COVID. Hey, you know what? I'm not here to debate that. I just know I caught the COVID twice and I died twice. I was resuscitated. So you can call that a make-believe death if you want, dude. But I saw what's on the other side and it ain't pretty. So let me tell you like this, dude. I know people personally that have died from HIV-related human immune deficiency stuff that comes down when you got HIV, dude. But let's talk about other stuff like herpes and AIDS, dude, and chlamydia, dude, and Hep C and Hep V. Here's what you guys don't understand. The booty bandits and the booty warriors, just like you see these girls nowadays on the street, they got herpes, dude, and they just let you hit raw dog. They got chlamydia, they got gonorrhea, they got VD, they got syphilis. Dude, some of these diseases been around since the Roman days. There's no cure for it. You die. And so what happens that these alpha fucks, dude, they make these alpha widows. Why? They just blow their backs out raw dog. Nah, I ain't wearing no condom. Fuck you, biatch. I'm a savage. They raw dog in them. Then the girls got herpes and AIDS and HIV and chlamydia and syphilis and gonorrhea, dude. Now she's pissed off. So when it comes to beta males like you who just pay to hit it, come out the pocket to knock it, they got a vendetta. They're going to let everybody hit raw dog so you can go ahead and get AIDS and HIV and herpes and chlamydia and Hep C, Hep B, all this nasty shit. So you can have a death sentence like them. So this is what happened to Harry. Little did he know, the booty warrior, dude, he had HIV, man. He had full-blown AIDS, dude. He had herpes, the kind with blisters on the head of your penis. Bleeding blisters that erupt with pus and bleeding ulcers, dude. He had Hep B, Hep C, because he was a heroin user, dude. He had chlamydia and gonorrhea and syphilis, dude. And he put all that up into Harry's butt. So then all of a sudden, Harry started coughing a lot. And he was a skinny, fat dude anyway, but then he started looking like a dude, a white dude from Ethiopia. His ribs started showing, his belly poked out even more, and he was too weak to move drugs around, dude. And then eventually they had to move him to the special prison in California. I think it's called Vacaville. Vacaville. Because they give you all the vaccines to keep you alive, but it's the will of Allah that you've been practicing sodomy, dude. So you're going to meet the dark red dude with the horns and the tail, dude, and the hoof, the club feet. Because as a man sows, so shall he reap, my friend. And that's what I want to share with you dumbass youngsters that don't believe shit stinks, man. Because everybody been lying to you, man. The reason my channel is about booty wars and booty bands is because that's all you got to look forward to when you go to maximum security prison. So if you don't want to listen to my channel, you don't want to follow my advice, then you might want to pray to Allah, Buddha, Jehovah, Yahweh, Krishna, whoever you believe in, that you, with your criminal activity, you end up in level 1, level 2, band camp, marshmallow camp. So then you can just go ahead and prance around like a fairy and see the dudes practicing what you guys call consensual sex. As you see, you get love from the homies as they push your shit in. So if you like this content, man, thumbs up the video, man. Leave a comment, man. And then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And most importantly, share the video. I'm trying to get back to 100 subs, man. Where I was before the blood dudes, the Northern California blood dudes, went to the federal authorities, because, you know, this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys about morals and codes, right? If you call yourself a hardcore gangster and you working with the police, all I call you is a wankster. So until next time, OG Silverback out.